Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our lesson 4. Today lesson will go through our LO4 learning outcome 4. This lesson is about understand equitable remedies, and we'll go through those remedies. And before starting this session, we'll a bit recap what we learned. Yes, Yasir, anything you remember from last lesson which you think we have learned?
I don't remember. If just refresh, what's up? It's will come in my mind.
Okay, so we learn about trust. We learn about
Yeah, trust. We learn about trust mainly.
So what in trust in LO1 we discuss about types of trust.
Yeah, type of trust and who's a trustee, who look after the property, and these kind of things.
So these kind of things. So let's we'll recap properly. So we discuss about learning outcome 1 where we learn about, so I can show you. We discuss about historical events leading to the development and the nature of equity. Yes, different history of equity trust.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We discuss about understand the creation of the valid trust. Yes, what is the valid trust types of? We learn about the statutory rules. Yes, we learn about case laws. We learn about interpretations. Last lesson we discuss about understand the concept of beneficiaries, principal, exceptions. We learn about human, private, express trust. We discuss about exceptions on the beneficiaries principle. We discuss various methods, gift to incorporated and corporated and sole traders. Yeah, those business rates. That's all we discussed during our last lesson. So today lesson will go through equitable remedies, condition for tracing in laws and equities.
Okay.
We'll go through appraise the application of the chain of position defense. Yes. And we'll go through assess the when the specific performance or injection can be granted.
Okay.
So that will be the key in our lesson today. Then you have a merit criteria as well, fiduciary relationship in equitable tracing. We learn about fiduciary relationship in one of lesson as well. Yes, there we discuss lesson 2, which is means somebody else look after your legal matters, your property into trust. Yes, and you have a fiduciary relationship, look after the asset. Okay, so that's so today lesson, okay, then I included a mind map. This mind map explain what is the equitable remedies.
Yeah.
Okay, we discuss equity mean capital or properties. Yes. Equitable remedies, the remedies regarding these, the trust and issues. Yeah. So we discuss about, which will go through further. You will see there discretion. Yes. In remedy, injunction, specific performance and decisions. We discuss failure to abide. Yes. Contempt of court. That will be then of course remedies. Contempt of Court Act is 1981. His remedy can be under this. Injections. Yes, so these are all the key points. Prohibited shops. Yes, continuous form of behaviors. We discuss about without notice. Yes, can be these injections can be in place.
Okay.
Okay, then we discuss about express terms. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's further we'll go through. Then we have a different case laws under this as well. Yes. So this mind maps is further, is elaborate, which we are going through these terms in detail. So then we've been given the inductive contents, what we're supposed to be learn, and these points will try to be addressed in our lesson today. So first we'll go through What are these terminologies about? The remedies dwell by the court. Yes.
Yeah.
Of equity differ from the remedies dwell by the common law courts. We learn about common law court. Common laws is meant by
Okay.
case laws. Yes.
Yeah.
So equitable remedies is a supplement rather than the compete with the common laws remedies. Yes. We're
Yeah.
not looking at common law, what is common remedies. Yes. This
Yeah.
can be supplement. Yes. They are not available in every single case. Yes. Where a claimant has suffered a wrong due to the wrong decision was made. Yes.
Yeah.
In particular, equitable remedies only available if the relevant common laws remedies insufficient. So common law remedies you will get because that's a case law there. Yes.
Yeah.
But those are insufficient to be whatever loss you have to be covered. Then
Okay.
we'll go through these extra remedies to protect the claimant or to compensate for the wrong he has suffered. Yes, wrong decision was made against and he has suffered.
Yeah.
So equitable remedies always discretionary. It's not you must get it. Yes,
Yeah.
is a discretion can be given to you or not. Yes.
Okay.
Equitable remedies act as a personam. Yes,
Yeah.
which is mean individually, those. So the courts are guided by the maxim of equity, maximum equity. Yes.
Yeah.
Sum of equity will not act in the vain. It's a
Mhm.
prominent example.
Okay.
The court will not make an order that cannot be observed and intervene where it would be pointless to do so. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's we need. Okay. Next we looking. First, remedies is available only if the remedies at the law inadequate.
Okay.
It is a precondition of word an equitable remedy that the remedies at the law usually damages. Yes.
Yeah.
If it is inadequate, the damages might be inadequate where the justice of the case demands. Where the damages are difficult to be quantified or where the obligation is such successive breaches would bring about the successive action for the damages. The aim of equitable remedies is to do more perfect or complete justice.
Okay.
Any question?
No, no, that's fine.
Second is the equitable remedies are always discretionary, which we discussed. Yes, the common law remedies of the damages for the breach of the contract is an example of the remedies that is available as of a right. If the claimant established that the defendant has broken the term of the contract, the claimant has suffered the damages as a result, then the court will award the damages. Yes.
Yeah.
There are also legal mechanisms to ensure the defendant comply with the award of damages, and these are available whenever the damages are awarded. The court does not have any discretion as whatsoever to avoid the damages. Yes.
Yeah.
Assist in their collection. If the claimant is seeking an equitable remedy such as specific performance, the court has a discretion. They will give or not, they allow it or not allow it. Like the in immigration case, for suppose the court have a power to say, come on, yes,
Yeah.
refund the fees and refund the the legal fees as well. Yes, not
Yeah.
just the court but the solicitor fees as well.
Yeah.
But maybe you suffer more than that, and that can be other remedies. Yes, that's called equitable remedies.
Yeah.
A choice whether to award the remedies, although the court discretion is void, It is exercised in the line with the established rule and the principle. So it should be possible to predict whether an injection or the specific performance will be available in the given facts. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, equitable act in personam is equitable remedies are personal or exercised against the specific individual.
Yeah.
The remedies prevent the specific individual from acting unconsciously or unconscionable, yes, and the
Yeah.
strike at the defendant consign
Consequence conduct.
and of course, conduct.
Yeah.
Any question?
No. No.
Okay, so then this is all about equitable remedies is a relief, yes.
Yeah.
Example, non-monetary remedies is appropriate when an award of money damages will not be leads to the fair result. Outside of parameter framework, the contract, the most common form of equitable relief is injunction. The court order demanding a party to stop doing something, a prohibitory injunctions, or to do something is a mandatory injunctions.
Yeah.
So that can be prohibited and mandatory, yes.
Yeah.
A court will issue injunctions if the party can show irre- irreparable, yes, injuries, loss which cannot be fixed by awarding the money damages, yes.
Yeah.
Like, somebody broken legs can't be money, yes, can repair everything, yes.
Yeah.
However, at the time being passed, that you can't go back to that point in your life. So there
Yeah.
are certain equitable remedies which are based on the nature of the contract itself, where the damages will be insufficient because of something about the contract is rare, unique. The court will award the specific performance. Specific performance is an equitable remedies which court compiles, yes, forced by the court order that the breaching party to perform the contract. Such orders is a discretion.
Yeah.
And if some jurisdiction, the court may award the damages in lieu with the specific performance, while remedies is rare. So it may be appropriate in the cases in which the basis of the bargain is unique and legal remedies, such as the monetary compensation, are inadequate. For example, a real property transaction in which the seller and the buyer enter into the contract of the sale. Sellers subsequently sell the property to third party, and the court may be ordered the specific performance, yes,
Yeah.
because you breach the contract. Where the party merely want a declaration of its contractual right, and the court may be issued a declaratory judgment setting, yes, for the relative rights and obligation of the parties, yes.
Yeah.
Like, the okay, so first we all these terms, and then we're looking now 4.1, evaluate the condition for tracing in law and inequity. Tracing in English law is a procedure to identify property. Trace, yes, something.
Yeah.
So a way to recover the property, but rather to identify it so the court can decide that the remedies to apply. The procedure is used in the several situations, broadly demarcated, yes, by
Yeah.
whether the property has been transferred because theft or the breach of the trust or mistake.
Yeah.
So trace divided into the two forms, common law tracing and equitable tracing. So common
Yeah.
law tracing relies on the claimant have a legal ownership of the property and sell the properties and mix with the other properties.
Yeah.
Legal title transferred to the defendant, and the legal title has been transferred to the defendant to any further any recipient of the property. Equitable tracing, on the other hand, relies on the claimant having equitable interest in the property. Any question?
No. No. Thanks.
So two type of tracing, yes, common, yes, and equitable.
Yeah.
So common is under the common laws, yes, which is, and yes, equitable tracing other than. So definition of tracing is the process of allow the recovered property such as land or money by the owner, yes.
Yeah.
It taken the involuntary owner has not consented the transfer the title. You just
Yeah.
transfer the property without
Yeah.
the consent of the owner. This can be through it's a theft, is a breach of trust, it can be mistake. The owner recovery their property, perhaps any profit made from it. The situation where property covered mixed with other properties, yes, as a substitute property. The process have two steps. There is a case law, yes, tracing, which we said earlier. This is one of the case law. Well, it defines that the following and the tracing both exercise are locating asset, where the asset is now. And if you not, of course, the damages, remedies can be. Tracing arise when the property cannot be returned and the court asks to be recognized the interested party who own this property all about.
Yeah.
Common law tracing is where the claimant seeks to identify the property that belong to him at the common law, and there is a physical possession of the property passes, but not legal ownership. The problem with the common law tracing is that the property must be identifiable.
Yeah.
If it has been mixed with other property, such as money paid into the account with other money from the different source, if cannot successfully recovered, it also essential that involuntary transfer did not also transfer illegal title. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a property and we transfer wrongly. This is one of the case laws. Yes. Proceed versus Lemon Brothers. Yes.
Yeah.
Cannot be recovered the money under common law due to the limitation, and many leading academia judges have suggested that common law tracing should be completely merged with the equitable tracing.
Okay.
Then further we have equitable tracing is based not on the legal ownership but on the claimant possession and the equitable interest.
Yeah.
There are the several advantages to be equitable tracing. It can trace the property also mixed with other properties. Yes. Saying the equitable power to change to the mixed refund, repayment, trust money, enable yes, trust the claimant to,
Yeah.
whatever, who is the responsible. A limitation is where the property has been put into the bank and that no longer contain enough money to repay and it cannot be traced. Equitable tracing to be valid, several things must be demonstrated. First, the equitable title must be exist. It can be brought into existence by court. Yes.
Yeah.
There should be a constructive trust. Yes.
Yeah.
Second is there must be kind of fiduciary relationship. What we said, that someone else,
Relationship.
like the auditor have a relationship. Yes.
Yeah.
Director is the relationship is doing things on the behalf of shareholder because the director is not owner of the company itself. Yes. That's a CEO. Yes.
Yeah.
Have a fiduciary relationship which is given by law to individual. Okay. Claimant and defendant. The property has transferred through the breach of the trust and not necessary to establish the relationship. So property transfer through the breach of the trust may be traced to any third party other than the purchaser in the good faith.
Yeah.
Any question?
No. That's fine.
Okay. So next we're looking mixture of trust fund with the trustees. So equitable tracing is a greater strength, its ability to trace into the mixture of the money. Different rules apply to the different situations as we discussed at the top. There is a case law there as well. It's good to be look around, yes, which we discuss there as well in our terminology. Any question? Yes, yes, sir. Any question here? Okay, guys, just need to be make sure, yes, read these case laws. Yes, equitable tracing is to be valid, and the several things must be demonstrated in the equitable tracing. It's a fiduciary relationship, which we earlier said. Okay, the mixture of the trust funds with trustee funds, so we need to be separated, yes. So there can be a damages for it, and the beneficiary can be election approach, we can use it. So the fund should be transferred. If transferred wrongly, should be given to, and this is one of the case law. The primary rule in recording the mixed fund, therefore, that the gain and the losses, those were during that should be contribute to repeatably. Yes, the beneficiary right to be elect instead of in force line to obtain the repayment. Yes, is the exception the primary rule.
Yeah.
Okay, next, yes, sir, we see the appraised application of chain of position defense. Yes,
Yeah.
where the funds are mixed, those are another trust, are mixed the fund innocent voluntary. Yes, so certain general rule apply. So laid out, the principle applied that the claimant in title ranks, which we call para passu. Yes, basically the law terms. Yes, to that the voluntary, each these has the equal claim of their funds. Equal claim. Whether the fund decrease or increase in values, each party can claim the percentage equally. The long-standing rule established in this case law, yes, Clayton. So the money deposited first become less valuable than the second property purchase, yes.
Yeah.
First claimant lose some of their money while the second claimant able to claim their money is entirely, yes, of course. We can say alternate approach is the previous mention. This idea is whether the total property is worth and then share equally. Yeah? Okay, disposition and you can look around, you can defend on it. So mistake climate are maybe able to regroup their losses and leading in this case further we have a case law here.
Yeah.
Where mistakenly transfer the ignorance, mistake, fiduciary relationship, so trust and the properties untraceable. Okay, the right to trace may lost a property cannot be found and no longer is exist. The defendant to tracing are possible. The chain position the defense whether the defendant has received the property and given it back would change its personal circumstances. The concisely defined by the Lord in this case, yes, government. So where the innocent defendant position is so changed that he will suffer an injustice if called upon to repay or repay in full, the injustice of repaying him so to repay outweigh the injustice of denying the plaintiff this case, yes, such defendant is closely linked with the unjust enrichment and has a limitations. So bad faith on the part of the defendant is invalidated the defense. Any question here?
No, that's no.
Okay, there is a case law, so it's good to be, we can look around in details.
Yeah.
Okay, so next, another defendant is estoppel by representation, and this is the similar change position and come about when the defendant can show the claimant made some false representation, showing different, yes, false representation. The National Westminster Bank PLC versus this company, the Court of Appeal decided the defendant has only allowed to retain property equal to his losses due to the climate representation. Another defense, similar change the position is that the passing on. The defendant has passed the properties on the third person without the benefit for the defendant. It is thus impossible to trace the property as the defendant has neither the property or nor proceed. They gave to somebody, you found it, yes, you was, and you gave to someone else. Okay. Next we have assess performance. A performance is one of the most important equitable remedies. It is court order the directive somebody whose part to be contract to be instructed them to perform their obligations. Performance is their obligation, whatever. Refusal to observe the term order can be contempt of court. And the specific performance is the equitable remedies, and it is following. In order to some to individuals, it is discretionary and it is appropriate remedies at the law must be inadequate. In that case, then you can. Equitable. So we discussed earlier. So because in order to perform the contract is issues against the individual defendant, it is remedies made in person. It's against the person. In the contract with the remedies is rim, where related to the property thus is subject to the matter of the remedies. As a result, does not matter whether the subject matter of the contract is or long as the defendant is within the court jurisdiction. So is it, in other way, whatever we are doing this, yes, is all about the discretion. It's not given in the common law and court can say, to give more. So your performance will be different, yes. Your money can be different, yes.
Yes.
So performance rather than the damages because cannot be obtained, yes. Chickpeas at the price he contracted to pay for them. Like these are all the case, yes. Okay, so these are the case laws good to be. We can go through in detail. Okay, so remedies is a discretion. Earlier we said, yes.
We
can get the maximum return. Okay, under this learning outcome, and we can conclude that the equitable remedies act is a very powerful tool for all individuals who have a number of cases, where the genders of the claimant play a significant importance in deciding whether or not grant an equity relief. Women treated with a special tendency, yes, because they are perceived to be a weaker and vulnerable in the law, yes. That's why looking at the previous judgment, equitable demonstrate importance and undue influence, vulnerability, third party rights, yes, public, all this we need to be. So this is, they just concluded in all, what we studied earlier. Any questions?
No.
Okay, I included a slide specific to summarize. Specific performance is the most often used the remedies in the transaction regarding the land, such as the sale of the land, where the vendor refused to convey the title. The reason is being that the land is unique and there is not another legal remedies available to put non-breaching the party, yes, in the same position had the contract been performed. Specific performance in the context of narrow. So performance is based on the individual judgment or the ability of the party which think, in that, and the order by the court. The reason behind it that forced party often perform below the party's regular standard. So party's ability to do so, monetary damages are usually given instead. Yes, traditionally equity would only be granted specific performance with respect of the contract. Whatever you have a contract. So there are the case laws, yes, in, of course, in the United States slightly different. And when we look in the English law principle, yes,
Yeah.
Preparation must be done in the specific unless and other remedies is more appropriate. Huh? So we discuss about types of remedies. Key, your topic is about the remedies, tracing. So I included further reading, yes,
Yeah.
the link, and I copied for you to watch the video, please, yes, to enhance your understanding all these terminology. So all these will help you. So anybody, if you have any question, please, today lesson we discuss about our LO4, learning outcome 4, understand the equitable remedies, and all the keywords, all the terminologies included. If you have any question, guys, please drop me email, and hope so speak you all during our next lesson. Thanks for listening and attending this session, and hope so speak you all. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.